misconception. Now, President Bola Tinubu said this as a presentation of a book, Nigerian Public Discourse, in play of empirical evidence and hyperbole, written by former Minister of Power, Works and Housing Babatunde Fashola in Lagos State. Now, the social media conveyed a lot of fake information, misleading the citizens, hence the need to regulate its usage. In the world today, he says, public discourse is driven by alternative facts dropped with reckless abandon on social media, thereby creating realities. Most fraught periods in modern human history. The world is changing all around us. The international settlement underpinning the global order since the end of the Second World War, confronted by difficult public policy choices and decisions that must be made to ensure our children's future and our country's prospect. This is what the president says. Tinubu also added, in this historical moment, as we confront and overcome the challenges that threaten our future, we have an obligation as leaders in politics and government to engage evidence-based discourse and data-reliance decision making as a matter of course. But citizens interested in the issues of state and government, the obligation is even more significant to ensure that our engagement with each other springs from a shared agreement on what truth is, what is real, and what isn't. And now this is not the first time, like I said, it says this regulation is being brought up yet again, and this is not the first time. I think on the 5th of November 2019, the anti-social bill was introduced by the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, the original title and Manipulations Bill 2019, it was sponsored second reading, on the floor of the Nigerian Senate, and the details were made public. Information of the bill of plagiarizing a similar law at the bottom of global ranking in the freedom of speech and of the press. But the senator denied that he plagiarized Singaporean law. Now, social media has sponsored opinion. Social media has sponsored opinions. People have picked up mindsets from social media. In fact, these days, people don't even have concrete opinions. People don't have opinions on their own. Most of what people talk about, most of what people do emerges from what they see online, emerges from, the popular opinion on social media. Social media, a lot of things have happened. And like they said, there are oftentimes people put out wrong information there. The level of growth and development that Nigeria is in, where we have thousands of people who are able to sell their skills to potential employers. It's a platform where top people, captains of industry, get to meet each other online. People get jobs, remote jobs, hybrid jobs, online and offline. We're at a time where technology is gradually taking over. We see AI, we see people do very, very, very commendable inventions using the social media. Looking at these two things, what do you think about this proposition by the federal government on the regulation of social media? This would be, the focal point of our conversation for today. Do you think social media in Nigeria should be regulated? Because the first time in 2019 where this conversation was being, introduced, like I read out to us, where the person who sponsored the bill, Tolerance for Freedom of Speech, was out there as often as we do in this part of some parts of the country as well. Should we be following suit? Should we be doing exactly that, regulating what people say? But again, you see, social media is one place that connects thousands of people together across the globe. I agree that it has its advantage, but I also know that it does have disadvantage. So let us know today, what exactly do you think about the regulation of social media? Welcome to the General Open Banters right here at Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. This is your radio experience you can count on. The phone lines are open on 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. On WhatsApp, the number is 090-9705-4450. What do you think about the regulation of social media in Nigeria? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome and thanks for joining us on the show. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from. Sorry, your name is? All right, it's good to have you join us. Let's hear you. What do you think about the bill, or what do you think about social media regulation in Nigeria?
First of all, I just want to commend the government, but I think that is not where we are supposed to go. Yes. Because when it comes to leadership, style of leadership, we are busy adopting style of leadership from other countries. Why? Nothing. They didn't do anything to it. And then you want to do it just because you want to victimize some lower class individuals. I think that is not just the head way. It's a mistake priority. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution right there. He says it's to victimize. But again, look at these realities that are before you. That is why I read out some of these things, and the advantages that we have seen over the years and the disadvantages. 044 09087 668888. You can also leave us a message on WhatsApp letting us know what your thoughts are about the regular driver of the car. The small girl there was kidnapped, all the passengers, and Senator Ned Woko, who was the person he said, I came here and we discussed that, he's the poor little girl who will be traumatized for that. Again, we're talking about the legalization or...
Tamarta!
Yes, good morning, Selassie.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Happy New Week. My name is Salari once again.
Welcome.
I want to sincerely appreciate you for always giving us the privilege to call. And I take it in high regard and I respect the instance of insecurity. How many people can afford that? Have you watched some videos of these bandits? These are the people that you see them with sophisticated weapons that even our security men don't have. Our security men don't have. I was listening to one radio, somebody said some people are going to farm. I say how? How many people? Let's say have 100%. Only 4% are going to the farm. Or 20%. You say people are going to the farm? In fact, going to the village, I have encounter with the people that were kidnapped bandits. In fact, the way I'm seeing this thing, I don't think it will stop. Because if the security want this thing to end, they will not less than 48 hours. They communicate with the family member. They buy to them. It's not that these people they don't even put on their faces. They have their free will in the bush. They have their house where they raise their animals. They have everything. They have sun after it's happy. They will turn the face of the solar upside down so that it will reflect the situation. So now you can see the issue of insecurity. We are still talking about last week. So two vehicles, Francisco, where everything vehicles were coming and the people
rescued, over the weekend. I think it was Friday.
You see? So these are the issue. We are still talking of the Federal University of this and Makatina. They are still in the hand of this criminal. We are still talking of the Federal University of Gusau. They are still in the hand of this criminal. The youth corps that were traveling legitimate for their legitimate causes. They were kidnapped in Zamfara. Still up to now. Is it because they are not governor's daughters or they are not minister's daughters? See, by the time they finish with all the matches that they have, the time they no longer get it for us, they will surely go get them until they do something about this insecurity. Now you can travel by air. For Abuja to Lagos, about 200,000 naira air ticket. Now people are on their way to see that they travel to win their businesses, and still up to now they are being intercepted by these bandits. We are not in support of legalizing weapons because we have no money. I don't have almost 1 million to buy AK-47, to buy for my people in the village, to buy for my family members. There are people in position, the senators and all that, they have the money to do that. But we, the government, that is why they are here, to protect the life and the properties of the citizens. That's why they have the intelligence, they have the helicopter, they have all the security, they have the navy, they have the DLA, they have all the security architecture to defend us. Me, I'm not in support of that.
All right, thank you, Selassie, for that contribution right there. But okay, let's move forward before we get another thought. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mother.
So, good morning. Atese, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Let's hear you quickly.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Sorry, it is this is the 8th month now of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assume office as the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Miller has been in a system. If I'm not mistaken now, this is getting to 10 years or more than now that he has been in the system. He has been a Speaker of the House of Assembly. I've never heard Balabi Amina talk of how to tackle issue of poverty in Nigeria, issue of insecurity. Please, the issue of insecurity, and leave the media side alone, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Atese, for your contribution right there. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning to you.
Yes, welcome, and thanks for joining us on the show.
Yes, my name is GB.
GB, I'm very well, thank you. It's a new week.
Well, I want to appreciate you for giving me this platform to have a robust and intelligent discussion.
Thank you.
The issue of social media regulation is quite overdue. Hard-learning. And each time this issue is raised, people that they want to gather, but they want to talk. The harm that their blogger, to their blog, to their, they want to get some money on their Facebook because of their thing. People just go and look for news, information that are not really the answer there. I don't know if you are aware of this the marriage breakdown of these actors.
You let us say yes on the one.
That because he was defending sleeping with the wife. And when they are not teaching to court, we are not begging that because you need money, you want to attack it to his blog or to get something because of money. That is the extent Nigeria has turned social media to. There are many things outside there that, I mean, it's a book of bully. You have to go and agree with somebody of opinion. The next thing they do is to curse your father, curse your mother, curse your generation. You need to be regulated.
Okay.
Let us look at the area that maybe government will say, no, we regulate because ourselves. Many people are dying in silence because of bullying on social media. Many are committing suicide. So, on social media, you see somebody insulting somebody who has age of his father because of social media. So I need that mission of regulation on it. Then also the issue of some Nigerians saying that they should allow gun. That's not the solution. That's not the solution. People that have this gun in their country or their reality today, US is not happy what is happening. I watched a video of somebody because of the quarrel between him and his neighbor. He went and carried gun, killed the man, killed the son.
Imagine that.
5 minutes. If you allow that in Nigeria today, I'm telling you, what will happen? I mean, this is what we're dealing with in the heart of what we're happening now. The solution to all the kidnapping is community and state police.
Many people might even take the advantage of the legalization of those weapons to become criminals as well.
And the kidnapping people, kidnap your neighbor's son who are hiding and collect what to release the son or daughter. Political enemy, within themselves. Look at our election. Without licensing going, we are taking election. So not the way to go.
All right.
Let the state push for community and state policing. The man that said that Diana has not been senator by Nigeria, I want to remember that Diana was instrumental to the solution of Arthur strike between the he was one that prevailed on the president to pay them 4 months salary. Out of the 8 months, why did not pay them?
All right. Thank you so much, GB, for your contribution right there. Now let's move on. We see also outside Nigeria now for a bit. We see that Burkina Faso says no more exporting gold to foreign countries for processing. The gold will be sold as a finished product, and some of the gold will be used to back up Burkina Faso's currency. This is Ibrahim Traoré, the person who took over, when there was a coup, the Burkina Faso. Am I right now? But yes, he says no more exporting gold to foreign countries for processing. The gold will be stored as a finished product, and some of the gold will be used to back up Burkina Faso's currency. Now, a lot of people have applauded them for this because it will bring about some level of growth for that country. Exporting those things out there, maximizing them in the country, and then selling them out as finished product will earn them much more than they earned from just sending it out there for processing. What do you guys think about this? Let's hear you. Again, we're not leaving behind the conversation of the regularization of guns, and also we're not leaving the conversation about regularization of the social media. So keep it coming through on 09073530044 or 09087668888. You can also leave us a message on WhatsApp on 09097054450. Let us hear you. What are your thoughts about regularization of social media and guns, the use of guns right here in Nigeria? Keep it locked in. We will definitely. Eagles 102.3. All right, welcome back and thanks for staying tuned on. We have about 12 minutes before we wrap up the show right here in the studio. And yes, the conversation for today is, do you think that social media in Nigeria should be regulated? And do you think that the use of guns should be regularized? Seeing the point where Senator Ned Woko is coming from, some people will have the ability to defend themselves when they have these weapons. He used the case of the driver as a case, the situation of the driver as a case study. If he probably had guns, he might not have been able to kill all or attack all of them, but he would have done something at least. But seeing where we are, a lot of you have said in the country right now, guns are not yet legalized, but we have people moving around. We are of giving someone with an untrained mind a weapon. Anything at all can make them use such deadly weapons on their neighbors. Let us hear what your thoughts are about this. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, please keep the calls coming through. Let's hear you. Do you think that it should be legitimized, the use of weapons here in Nigeria should be legitimized, especially after the incident that this was used as a case study for? And do you think that social media in Nigeria should be regulated? Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mata, good morning.
Good morning, Hundu. How are you doing today?
Fine, well done, my beautiful.
Thank you for joining us.
Yesterday was drama upon drama, but we cannot be ashamed, at least for coming second.
Okay.
Yes, this is Hundu.
Okay.
Taking the other way from national state. Mata, we should talk about gun segregation, whether someone could have a gun that will protect himself. You see, even doing that, Mata, we know the nature of people that we have in Africa. One thing I've been complaining about that I expect the government to do now is to assemble all the traditionalists. One thing that gives kidnappers and bandits the intentional fortitude to go about doing what they are doing. They always go to native doctor to go and get fortified. A lot of them, guns cannot penetrate them. Yes, a lot of them, majority of them, guns cannot enter them. Even if we shoot at them, it won't penetrate.
Okay.
You see the issue. So inside of 18 years, 20 years, going to do what they call obeshi, get the kind of medicine that God will not enter your body. What do you want to achieve? So if that, for example, has a gun, perhaps he shoot, it will penetrate them. It will penetrate them, and they are always in large number. So their numbers can overwhelm anybody, you understand? Because the last time they came to my area, my next door neighbor ran out with only points, in the night. Because they were in their numbers. So even if you have a gun, how are you going to fight? Even if you have a gun. The one thing is that we want the government to protect us because it is their primary responsibility. So we want the government to do their job. And if we cannot do their job, resign. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Hundu, for your contribution there. Now let's move on. This one says, good morning, Martha. Well done job. Thank you so much. Regulating social media is a welcome development. But who are the people to regulate it? Is it the same people that use social media to achieve their aim or different people? We have a long way to go on that. Take our fuel back before we can talk of social media regulation. God bless Nigeria. This is Triple D from Wairu. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. This is IT calling from Jerry.
IT, it's good to have you join us. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. I wouldn't accept this right of allowing guns to to get handy in Nigeria, because due to the situation we have on ground, some people might use that items to go and rob. That is one. Then two, concerning the social media, please, the government should just forget about the social media thing and then tackle the main issue that is in Nigeria. We have poverty rising day by day. We have dollar currency rising day by day. They should deliberate on that, not talking about social media. Please, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for that contribution. There are way more important things to deliberate about other than the social media's regulation. We should deal with what is most important right now. And also, for the case of legalizing the guns, the major issue here is not legalizing the guns, like Hundu rightly said. You might legalize the guns and these people have their way around it. But if the system is corrected, basically, and the people are protected, then, we might just be looking at a better situation right here, where all of those things are sorted out appropriately and would not need to have guns and carry weapons all about, because the primary responsibility of the government is to protect the lives and the properties of its citizens. Thank you so much again for joining us on the General Urban Banters right here at Eagles 102.3 FM.